Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I will be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome back for episode 4 of Nobody Expects as Castile. Today we're going to have to figure out a couple of the problems we created for ourselves last time. We got ourselves a pretty massive land grab. It felt pretty good, to be honest with you. It was pretty nice, but we did land ourselves in a slight bit of debt with low manpower, multiple cores, and many people rather angry at us. However, I believe a lot of this can be fixed with a few years of just regular maintenance. I don't think it should be too much of a problem, to be honest with you. I think, to start off actually, I think we can take this little mission we got here, which we can do a couple of things here. Granada can lose their cores, or we can lose unrest in here. Now, the unrest in all of these provinces, it's rather high. It is rather high, I'll have to admit. However, well, it's just that Granada loses their cores, and that's it. It doesn't really do much for us. They just lose their cores. I guess that gets rid of some separatism, I suppose. I don't know if that gets rid of all separatism. I doubt it. I guess it'll just go with culture and become their own separatists. So I think losing unrest is probably the better option to go with here. Other than that, we'll get these guys on duty fixing those things. We have to get the light ships back in order to bring up our income slightly, which will be Safi, I suppose. We did grab a very small part, which will be key to giving us a little bit of money in these areas. I think we'll also increase the autonomy. I don't know, does trade power? Yeah, okay, it does get affected by local autonomy up to 50%. However, 21 unrest is not something we can regularly deal with in an area out here. Over here, I'd say more likely we could deal with this rather than with Garb over here. So we'll let Garb have a bit of autonomy. These places we'll have to crack down on ourselves. But this will be a long and rather painful process, I have to say. Oh, there we go. Here's the Iberian wedding. Finally. That took a little while, but here it is. That's gonna pretty much secure ourselves. I think it's gonna secure ourselves with a decent power base. Let us bind their dynasty to ours. Boop. There we go. Personal union with Aragon, with Naples as well. Alrighty then. So we're off to our good start here. That means we've gotten our claims in Aragon. I don't know why all the battle music is on right now, but it is, so we'll turn it down. There we go. Claims in Aragon. Beautiful. That also gives us the Italian ambition. Oh, wait, did Naples just break off of me? Or did I? Oh, no, sorry. I got the restoration of union against Portugal, who's allied with England. I am probably still going to fight Portugal for that personal union. It's one of the few things I have left that's really going to go for me here. They've taken exploration ideas, as long as they haven't, you know, actually done anything, then sure, it's fair game to turn them into a personal union, which I will do. We just need to wait a little while for that. So I hit this button. When does that expire? The personal union one? It should tell me somewhere around... I don't have any that are expiring, but it will tell me when it's about to expire. Humiliate rival against Portugal, which should be... I'll give it a second. Where are my... There we go. Okay, restoration of union, valid until April. We have a long while to be able to use this, actually. In fact, that's a hell of a long time. That's 25 years. I believe, if I do my math right, 15 actually. Or is it? No, it is 25. Yeah, okay, we have 25 years to get a personal union over Portugal. Everyone realizes I'm too strong now because I have Aragon and Naples. So we'll head over here. We'll get those things done. Yeah, I'm glad these guys actually spawned in Gran Canaria, because I couldn't really do much if they spawned back home. Lose prestige or spend admin and money for yearly prestige. I do like yearly prestige. So although it'll cost us a little bit, that's just nice to have. Tolerance of the true faith increase, and permanent claims on various areas. I actually also have a claim on Malta, despite Aragon already having it, so That's okay. Next, we also have expel the Moriscos and continue the Reconquista. Okay. Now, continuing the Reconquista is actually rather simple. It's not very hard at all. All we need to do is have North Morocco occupied. Portugal, who will become my subject, already has most of that criteria down. And we just need to take 2 provinces from Morocco themselves. So all in all, not bad. And where will you guys travel when you're done? A little while. Rebels trying to enforce their demands. There shouldn't be any worry about that. We should have decreased their demands a little bit. Depending on how this goes, it might be rather hard for us. They might actually end up enforcing the demands. That would be kind of awkward. This requires 9 people on it, actually, so we'll get rid of this guy. And 2 of these guys. So we'll leave 1 here. We'll get these 2 to group up. Okay. So what I'm hearing is we essentially have 5 months before they enforce demands. The noble rebels will, I'm sure, just increase autonomy. Lose prestige and legitimacy. That would kind of suck. I suppose that's really all we can do at this point, because more noble rebels kind of just rose up, so... I guess they will unfortunately do some bad things, but they don't change our leader or anything, so personal unions should not break. They control the capital, but I should be slowing it down because, you know what, there's no logic, rhyme, or reason to this. Even if we're sieging the capital, they'll still break it in the next 2 months, which is a shame. But at this point, there's nothing much we can do. We'll have to take that hit. That is 2 stability, right? Well, that's still a good level of stability. Does it actually? No, it's just prestige and legitimacy, both of which are buyable. Prestige is fine. Legitimacy can be... that can be fixed. The autonomy, though, is what I'm most worried about. It hurts the economy quite a bit. I'm not too keen on that, honestly. We'll see how it goes. Quarters are done. We can grab... not this one yet. And... I'll wait for it. Yeah, there's no way. There we go. Got a bit of autonomy in some regions. It hurts the economy, more or less, is what I'm really worried about. And it also kind of ruins my day. With legitimacy problems, our unrest also is decently high. Still fixable. Our manpower is recovering. I think I will take the Diplotech right now. We're only at a plus 5% cost. Better that than later on what we'd end up having. Italian ambition gives us a permanent claim on a lot of things, and combat ability. Not that that's very useful for us, but okay. We've pretty much done most of the tree that we can do for right now. We have to convert all of the provinces down here into the culture that we want, which is Castilian. This is all, of course, Andalusian culture. I believe we can expel and just have it work just fine, no problem. I think we can expel minorities in the area and they'll just fix it. At least I believe so. Also, the Granadan separatists will rise up pretty soon. Crusade against Iran. Interesting. Prosperous, it seems, would be expansion into North Africa. Well, we'll be doing that, but a different version of that, really. Let's also maybe give the burghers a little bit more land, I would have said, if that were going to happen at all, but I guess not. I wish I could give you more land. That would require taking Sevilla away from the nobility, who already are not very happy. Man, we really don't have much, huh? Okay, I guess we can't take the full amount that we'd like. We'll take the 100. Over here, you guys are... Actually, you guys are increased because of the, disaster, is that right? Or the, rebel stuff. Maybe, I don't know. This will bring you up by 15, that would drop you by 20. Not something we can afford to do right now, but something I'm almost willing to do. We can do this to bring you up to a pretty decent amount, so we'll go with that. Take some of that. You guys have a -10 for a little while, so you're already at a dangerous amount. Don't want to touch those buttons yet. Okay then, the mercs can be replaced at this point. I don't know if I want to though. Maybe. 2 loans, they're not bad. I'll end up taking out more loans just so I can get that personal union over Portugal. Oh, looming disaster. Civil war, right, okay. Legitimacy problems. We can fix that with our military. However, that would put us slightly behind on the military technology. The ironic thing is we don't have royal marriages. That's the ironic part, so we can't really increase our legitimacy very well, at least. Which kind of sucks, but I guess the only other thing we can do to fix that would be a couple of clicks. I believe that should stop the disaster. Yes, it does, okay. So we're hurting in the PowerPoints department. We're hurting in the economy department quite a little bit. Might as well hit those buttons, why not? Can't convert for a little while. Oh, conquest against a lot of people. Burgundy we have conquest on, really? Oh, apparently we do. We have claims on a lot of things. Apparently, claims on many things. Okay. Interesting. Corruption's increasing because of our overextension. We can start courting that. We can start rooting out corruption. We'll start rooting out some of it. At least not have it grow any further. Army maintenance, we will finally get rid of the mercs. I realize Aragon's actually a good enough personal union to protect us. We're losing innovativeness, but at this point, we have more things to salvage than innovativeness. I think I'll also want to hit 1 click on that to make slightly more money. We'll decrease our... No, we won't. Not our army maintenance, because the Tlemceni separatists are actually about to rise up. And they're worth a total of 16,000. Okay. Let's get ourselves a couple of men then. Because they're going to spawn right about here, probably. The fort's up, which is good. There they go. And it is a Highlands fort. They shouldn't be able to siege it by the time I get down there, which is nice, hopefully. Hopefully. Maybe I'll hire 1 mercenary to be safe. I'll group them up down here. And we'll have to, I guess, ferry them over. Actually, in that case, I should do this. $14,000 versus 16,000. They're rebels, so they don't fight as well. They're also in the Highlands, and I don't think they'll end up actually getting a crossing penalty. I don't think that's how that works. But they do get the terrain penalty. As well, we just have our rock in general, so he's pretty solid. There we go. Take care of those guys. We'll bring them back over, and we'll try and... I guess we'll try and suppress the Granadan separatists. Down over here. They'll spawn when they spawn. Probably soon. I don't know how soon may be. Let's check. 10% chance every single month. That's not a bad chance. They could spawn, and they're actually worth 17,000, which is pretty big. We can decrease that number by getting rid of, not getting rid of, but we can increase autonomy in a 3. It's not worth very much, and it will decrease the size. I think we'll also... You're not worth terribly too much, or too much really. So we'll do it over here too. That should decrease down to 13, which is enough for us to, hopefully within time, either get rid of them entirely, or just have them straight up, you know, spawn and we can get rid of them. One of the two should happen. Quarantine the province, that's always something we should do. These guys are getting repaired. Let's do an actual consolidate. Let's see where the money lies. In about 1 year, we can ask them for a little bit more. A little bit more being probably around 120 by the time we get there. Each loan is, no, not worth that. Worth a little more than that, but we can repay one loan at that point. Okay. This fort doesn't need to be up. Actually, if it doesn't need to be up, I'll move over here. Queen Consort is dead. That's a shame. Oh, okay. They are actually. Didn't expect them to just pop up, but that means our country is relatively free of all, you know, unrest. We can decrease this fort and army maintenance, and we can get rid of that mercenary while grouping up. Okay, we still have multiple years before we can get that personal union on Portugal, which will be a lot of fun. I'm sure that will be a coalition and a half, depending on how far it reaches. I'm sure at least France will not be very happy. Okay, 5 ducats a month. That's pretty decent. Not bad. We could decrease inflation even further, but I'd much rather maybe try and get the next tech. The Renaissance has arrived in Valencia, so it should move towards our capital pretty quickly. Uh-oh. Question of rights, that is against probably. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to have the claim or the core anymore. Because we don't actually integrate Aragon the normal way. We can actually just hit a button over here with admin tech 10, legitimacy of 100, and we just instantly become Spain. It just works out like that. Alrighty then. The final core is on its way. All this is becoming less of a problem. I think I'll also decrease this fort. It's a mountains fort, so I might keep this one. This one I'll keep too. It's hills, it's in France's way, it works. But we can save ourselves a little bit of money. I want to get ourselves at least up to Portugal's size. I know England's gonna try and invade. Actually, if England becomes preoccupied, I'll start rebuilding the spy network in Portugal at least, to make this war done and over as soon as we can. We'll try and make ourselves Pope Man, because that would be nice to have. Nice power for us to abuse when we can. I don't know how France and the Papal State like each other, but if they don't, that's even better for me. I doubt that, though. Nah, France and the Papal State love each other. Let me try and improve what the Papal State thinks of me, actually. I'll keep that diplomat free just to check. Every now and then, let's see if England's not willing to join. Because they're already at war. Now, I mean, it's not a very big war. It is against Scotland. Scotland sometimes can give them a run for their money. That's not all the time, so I wouldn't really bet on it, but sometimes Scotland can do some good things. Doesn't look like they are, but sometimes they can. Seeing as this fort's not doing very well, and it's gone. Okay, I didn't really have much faith in Scotland winning the war against England, but if they did, it would at least stall England a little bit. And that would be kind of fun. We could repay one loan. Oh, our heir is actually disciplined. He's strict. Very nice. I wouldn't care if Juan, or is it Juan, or is it Yuan? I'm pretty sure it's Juan, or Juan, I don't know. Sorry, everyone that speaks Spanish. But I wouldn't mind if he died right now, to be honest with you. He's age 64, he's relatively likely to die. In fact, I'll have him lead the troops for the extra chance. Because now, Enrique de Trastamara, new and improved version 2.0, can come in, be disciplined, and just have overall better stats. I'm not trying to lose 20 legitimacy and 50 prestige and start another civil war just to have a better king, though. Although it wouldn't be the end of my list of things that I did wrong, or just not as well this episode. Or this Let's Play, really. Anything else we can do for the burghers? Technically we can take one thing away from the nobility, but that would be a giant slap in the face to them at this point. Right after they became loyal again. In fact, yeah, I kind of noticed, because I saw that our manpower was going up faster, and I'm like, oh, that means they must be more loyal now. I guess I'll repay that loan. I don't have a choice at this point. Clemson is done. We'll hit this button. Cavalry's expensive. Whew. Let's build 2. Let's get ourselves back up to a good number, back up to 4. Portugal's still only friends with England, which works really well for me. Rebel Uprising, Morocco. Really, in garb? I didn't expect them to actually go through with that. Oh, didn't even know you guys were in a coalition. Guess that's gone, though. Alright then, that's looking at 80%. Within a mere number of 2.6. That requires only, I think, 10 troops on it to fix. At least I'm pretty sure. So let's keep increasing our number here. Oh, can I not? Okay, there we go. Build another Latin Knight and make that the last one. Because we do, in theory, have the economy to support a pretty decent army with the full 4 cavalry. You're also already at war. Portuguese conquest of Ifni. Oh, that would be really good for us, actually. That would draw us into another war immediately after fighting Portugal. Ooh, okay. Ifni is, ooh, where are you fighting? Where are you fighting? Over here. You have a claim here? You have a claim here, really. I guess that's one of their missions. That's interesting. That also happens to work really well for me. Their entire army is going to be down here. I just take the capital and walk off pretty much scot-free. And then it'll also put us into another war with Tunis, but it'll be... Will it be a defensive one? No, it would be an offensive one. Do I really want to be a part of this? Just Sus and Tunis. We'll see. Yeah, we'll find out. I don't think it would be so bad. Let's increase the maintenance. Corruption is... Well, it's corruption. It's not so bad right now. It's also check techs. We're 1 tech behind Portugal. Unfortunately, it's an important one too, which makes things even worse for us. Maybe, just maybe, we can be okay. Potentially. Now, Portugal has a total of about 20,000 troops. That's like double mine. They did do a lot of expansion, of course. Aragon should be able to come over and help. Unfortunately, though, we can't actually ask them to prepare for war. One of my biggest grievances in the entire game is that, but I can't do anything about it, so I don't know how much I really care, honestly. Well, let's turn up, not turn up, but let's turn on some powerful music. Let's go with something that's going to help us get hyped for fighting Portugal. I don't think this is it. I don't think that's hype music. Let's go with, this is slightly more hype music. It just takes a while to get started. You have the ability to take this, but it's kind of expensive at this point. I'm not sure if it's worth waiting or not. Toledo is going to take a little while. 1478. 89, okay. First of all, let's swap this over to advancement to at least get it moving somewhere. And then, I guess we will take it. You know what? We're not going to be annexing much more land. But we will go with exploration first, obviously. We're not going to hit any of those buttons. We're kind of a few techs behind still, so. Money's doing okay. Alright, let's get started over here. England, we have Aragon to help us out here. Naples will probably come over and help too. Probably. They tend to do something like that. How about we... I don't know. Do I want to block the strait first? Because I'm well aware that all of Portugal's men would be down here, moving down south. So I don't know if I want to block the strait or not. Depends on the number of ships Portugal actually has. Because if I can, then I will. Navy's... Oh, yeah, easy. Okay, yeah, let's block the strait. Let's do that. I don't even know if I need this up. I don't know. But let's start off with the restoration of the Union. This will be pretty interesting. Let's also make sure we're not too far ahead of ourselves. We're sitting at 25 minutes, so we can start the war. We can't do much with the war. Let's start off with... How about Beja? Do this sort of thing. I'm sure there aren't very many troops in Portugal. They also won't be building very many, because as far as they're concerned, they're pretty much full force limits, so why would they build more troops? And that's how the AI falls short and gets fully occupied. Aragon seems to have certain ideas. I don't know where you're going, but as long as it's helpful, I don't really mind. Oh, even Navarre's coming along, okay. They're coming to help me siege a couple things, so that's rather nice of them. We need to siege Portugal before... Yeah, okay. As predicted, Big Daddy England comes along, fresh out of a war, and says, alright, it's time to fight, boys. They came along actually rather quick, which is weird. I didn't expect them to go by that quickly. Oh, are they making a bad decision? They might be. Are you going into Navarra? No, okay, that would be a dumb idea. England will get the crossing penalty. You do have a 162 though, that's kind of scary. Let's... Oh, we can't swap over. We don't have the other dude. He's dead, so... England seems set on fighting me. Yeah. Yikes. Oh, what? That seems... rather unlucky. Goddamn, okay. I'll start building up again. Wow, that was really unlucky, actually. Huh. Not off to a good start, but still easily winnable. Just a little bit angry, but it's just how the dice roll, I suppose, sometimes. When we can, we absolutely need to get the next military tech. Without a doubt. No ifs, ands, or buts about that one. Unfortunately, our king managed to survive that. I don't know how. He did, which is just unfortunate, I guess. Who's actually on this? Enough people for me to get off of it. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Let's select all of the, all of these guys as supportive, actually. We'll maintain here. Okay, I don't care if you break that siege. Just actually, no, hold on. Let's make some sort of sense here. You siege, you support. Good? I think that works better. In fact, we'll even allow friendlies to attach. Please attach. Thank you. And we're gonna use you to attack England. We both don't have very good tech. This tech comes in March of next year. Oh, yikes. We can do some slight manipulation to fix that. Wow, this creates a couple of issues. -10, +10, they'll cancel each other out. We can hit this button. It's risky, but it might be all we can do for now. So what we're gonna do is, of course, next tech, we can't grab the next, what do you call them? Units, however, we can grab the next important thing. Can I also grab... No, nothing like this would be useful. Reinforced speed's all we can use. And that is also in the hills, so England will see how well you fare. A -1 roll, except you're still deleting me with your disgusting rolls. God, those are some utterly disgusting rolls. That should be illegal. That is disgusting. I guess it's just like a really good roll, I guess. That's all I can say. Let's pull ourselves together here. A couple of... Let one loan and start building up the rest here. Not like that, but like this. And then we'll have to continue the war next episode, I guess. We started it off, but we didn't get too far. We'll finish the war next episode and get our personal union. Anyways, this is Quarbit signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day.